evening, race fans. Welcome to race number 13 of the Snickers Cup Series, coming to you live from Daytona International Speedway. We got 24 laps of racing before we're going to find out who's going to go to victory lane here tonight in this action-packed event. We've had an exciting Truck Series race, an exciting Mobile One Cup Series race, and now the Snickers Cup Series cars are here to cap off what has been a truly remarkable restrictor plate race weekend. On the pole for tonight's race, making her first start this season, is the 39 of Kristen Worry, and she's got the pole for tonight's race. Starting alongside of her will be Matthew Rodriguez. We got both Richard Petty cars up here in the top three. Daniel Schwab going to roll off there in third alongside of Adam Chambers. And then it's John Worry beside of Ziggy Bain. Chad Skinner will line up alongside of Evan Nugent, with Jack Nathan beside of John Brace, completing the top 10. Devin Wilson's going to line up alongside of Patrick Murphy, then Vincent Marsh with Anthony McCurry. T.O. Bain lining up alongside of Noah Cars back in the 6 here. He, of course, and Ryan Acosta switching off that ride, and Noah Cars is going to race here in the Strict Plate race. James McLeod alongside of John Dillon, then it's Christian Janes alongside Timmy Pacioli. Jake Berg going to line up alongside our points leader, Kenny McCurry, who's quite a ways back in this field here tonight. Shane Green going to line up alongside of Alex Lozano, then it's Jared Crocious and Arnold Columbia. Noel Stiller going to line up alongside of Bill Raymond, making his first career Stickers Cup Series start here tonight. Sean Galligan going to line up alongside of Dougie Shears and Lisa, both Shears actually, Dougie and Lisa, running a special NNSCRA Hall of Fame paint scheme here tonight, and they'll be running that same paint scheme next week at Michigan. James Ball going to line up alongside of Tony Speed in the number 75, making his first career start here tonight. And then you've got Nick Eggleston alongside of Stephen Dillon. Connor Breton in that 44 going to line up alongside of Angel D'Souza. And then it's Trent Whitney beside of Lisa Shears. Robert Bann, Harold Columbia, Felix Harris, and Jonathan Morris complete the rest of the field. So we got two drivers that are making their first career starts tonight, Bill Raymond and also Tony Speed in the 75. Connor Breton, of course, is making his second career start here tonight. He ended up making the race at Chicagoland, I believe it was. So we are about to go under green. I'm not sure what that was all about. It's kind of a bit of a flash there. Don't know why. But anyway, Kristen Worry making her first start in Season 2 in the Snickers Cup Series, and making it with a bit of what's the word I'm trying to say? With gusto, I guess you could say, as she has the pole for today's race. And that enters her into next year's Budweiser Shootout if she has a ride next year. And just to let you know that we're going to be having, we're going to be talking about all this kind of stuff, Bud Shootout and all that, in an upcoming Chase newscast. But the green flag is out for 24 laps of racing here at Daytona. And we may have a challenge on for the lead already. Well, whoa, mighty close. Whoa, careful, guys! Get back up on the racetrack. Very good, very nice. But Matthew Rodriguez now moves into the lead, but boy, that was mighty close. Rodriguez leads the way. Second place now up for grabs. Chad Skinner goes 3-wide with John Worry and Kristen Worry. Matthew Rodriguez, though, boy, he's just pulled away from this field, but won't take him long to catch back up to that Best Buy Ford, and they're doing it even as we speak, as Chad Skinner moves into second, Devin Wilson into third. Comes Vincent Marsh. Oops. And I believe I mentioned last race how T.O. Bain, after moving into the top 35 in owner points, this guy has just been unstoppable as far as good finishes go, and he's on that inside line now, battling for third with Devin Wilson. Now that pack has caught up to leader Matthew Rodriguez, and if they get to the inside of him, it's bye-bye Rodriguez. But it looks like he's going to hang on to the lead here Ooh, it got awfully tight there with T.O. Bain. Oh, hang on, guys. Jared Crocious down on the apron. Oh, and they're wrecking in the back there. Oh, no. Oh, I thought they were going to save it. Oh, Matthew Rodriguez is the leader. He'll lead him here to the caution flag on lap 4. Shane Green is involved. Oh, Ziggy Bain, John Brace. I think that's Dougie Shears right there. Patrick Murphy, Angel D'Souza. Who was that back there as well? Oh, Harold Columbia in the 66. That was Dougie Shears, actually. In the 83. Our pole sitter, Kristen Worry, was involved. Right there. She started on the pole, and she's involved in this. Adam Chambers has got some damage as well. Robert Bann. Well, the caution is out. With Matthew Rodriguez leading the way, T.O. Bain's second, Jake Berg, is now up to third. Let's see what happened. Okay, the first car to get out of shape actually was Ziggy Bain in the 24. Watch right here. He gets into the fence, and it kind of scrubs off his speed. Chad Skinner ahead of there got into the fence as well. And look right here. Contact between Shane Green and Noah Cars. Sends Noah Cars down. He clips Trent Whitney, who comes up, nails Ziggy Bain and John Brace. And then they're going to make more contact. Slip down here to the inside line. And that's pretty much just how this whole thing happened. And a wreck up further there. That's Bill Raymond in his first start. John Worry, Patrick Murphy. Adam Chambers going to make contact right there. Kristen Worry's held up behind all this. She makes contact. Not Noah Cars, I'm sorry. The 60 of Jonathan Morris involved. There you see Harold Columbia getting into it. And that's just how this whole thing happened. Angel D'Souza, Dougie Shears plowing into it too, and the whole thing pretty much just happens with cars scraping the wall, and car gets into a back of them because they're not up to speed. So we will prepare to go back under the green flag on lap 7. Cars out as a result of this wreck include Alex Lozano, Kristen Worry, John Brace, Adam Chambers, Robert Bann, Harold Columbia, Ziggy Bain, Trent Whitney, and Angel D'Souza. So let's try and go through the top 25 at least, show you who's running where for this restart. Matthew Rodriguez leads, T.O. Bain second, third is Jake Berg, fourth is Christian James, and Vincent Marsh is in fifth. James McLeod is sixth, Evan Nugent seventh, eighth is Devin Wilson, ninth is Daniel Schwab, and 10th is Jack Nathan. Jared Crocious is 11th, John Dillon 12th, 13th is Noel Stiller, 14th is James Bald, Sean Galligan 15th, Anthony McCurry 16th, Nick Eggleston 17th, 18th is Timmy Pacioli, 19th is Connor Breton, and making his first career start is Tony Speed, and he's up there now in the 20th position. Lisa Shears is in 21st, points leader Kenny McCurry 22nd, Arnold Columbia 23rd, Felix Harris 24th, 25th is Stephen Dillon. Let's go back further through the field, we got time. John Worry is 26th, 27th is Shane Green, 28th is Dougie Shears, 29th is Chad Skinner, Jonathan Morris is in 30th, 31st is Bill Raymond, Noah Carr is 32nd, Patrick Murphy is 33rd, that's it. The rest of the cars are back in the garage area, a total of 9 cars in the garage area. So the drivers making their first career starts here tonight, Tony Speed and Bill Raymond, are still on the racetrack, and Connor Breton, making his second career Snickers Cup Series start, is still on the racetrack as well. So those young guns, those drivers who really we don't have that much of a scouting report on, still in this thing. But Matthew Rodriguez is out in front. Last time Matthew Rodriguez went to victory lane, it was the Budweiser shootout at the beginning of this season. Green flag is out. So obviously we know that he can win at Daytona. We're on lap 7 of 24. Still a ways to go in this event. Adam Rose, who won the Truck Series race here 2 nights ago, he is not in this field. And the driver who took the checkers last night, Jacob Lawler, also not in this race. Both of them are go or go homers in this series, and Neither one of them made this event as Jake Berg, with help from Vincent Marsh, going to bypass Matthew Rodriguez and T.O. Bain and go to the front. And there's James McLeod and Daniel Schwab working together down there. That was a two-car tandem that now has turned into a three-car tandem, and it's going to benefit Vincent Marsh, who will now go to the point. Well, maybe not for long now. James McLeod wants a piece of the lead. Swapping the lead back and forth again. James McLeod now leads the way. Doesn't look like he's going to get a challenge here into turn 3, as Daniel Schwab seems pretty content to just ride behind that Aaron's Dream Machine in the second position there. Jared Crocious and John Dillon move into third and fourth. Two drivers that are still in that possible championship chase equation. And now Daniel Schwab's had enough of riding behind the 00. He'll go to the inside line, try and take the lead, but it's a ways back till he finds some drafting help, and now even further back as Devin Wilson will stick John Dillon in the middle, 3 wide. And Schwab kind of made it on his own there, getting the lead. Here comes Connor Breton up that inside line, right behind Evan Nugent, along with Speed. Oh, caution's out. Sean Galligan spins. Timmy Pacioli, I think, was involved as well. We're going to be racing it back to the line here, 3 wide. Evan Nugent with the lead. Connor Breton there. Tony Speed is right there in his first career start. How about that number 75 car up through this field? And Evan Nugent leads the field under the caution. Oh, Vincent Marsh, we were just talking about him up at the front. He's involved. Stephen Dillon's involved, and Sean Galligan has damage as well. Where's Timmy Pacioli? There he is. Across the stripe at 19th. I thought I saw him involved as well, but it looks like the two cars with the most damage are Vincent Marsh and Stephen Dillon. Let's see why we're under the caution flag once again. Well, here we go. Jake Berg's running about a groove lower than Vincent Marsh, and right here off of turn 2, he's just going to get into the 7. Sends him down the racetrack, and Columbia comes down and clips Anthony McCurry, turns him around and sends him into Vincent Marsh. Jake Berg hits the wall, and then I think he's going to come down. He can make some contact there with Sean Galligan. Indeed he is. Galligan's going to come down, bounce into Timmy Pacioli. Oh, Kenny McCurry just barely makes it through this, I think. Oh, look at Stephen Dillon. Nails the Anthony McCurry machine. And here comes John Worry. Oh, he makes contact as well. His car actually goes spinning there. And then there's just so much smoke, you can't even see anything else here. And we're under the caution flag, obviously, but cars I'm seeing that were involved: Anthony McCurry, Vincent Marsh, Sean Galligan, Timmy Pacioli, and quite a few others, including Stephen Dillon and even John Worry. So let's go back to green flag. Alright, so we're working our second caution flag, and the list of drivers out of this race has begun to accumulate over the course of this event. As we are on lap 13, we'll go back to green flag racing on lap 14. Drivers that have now retired are Vincent Marsh, John Worry, Anthony McCurry, a guy who was doing really well in the standings, Stephen Dillon also retiring from this race as they join several of the drivers back in the garage area. Here's the way they line up. Evan Nugent leads. Last time he's been to victory lane, that was at Phoenix. That was race 2 of this season. Connor Breton, in his second career start, he runs in second. First time that Tony Speed has been in the Snickers Cup Series. First start he's ever made, and he's running in third. Lisa Shears is up in fourth. Fifth is Devin Wilson. Sixth is Matthew Rodriguez. Jared Crocious seventh. Daniel Schwab eighth. John Dillon is ninth, and James McLeod runs 10th. James Bald 11th. Christian James 12th. Nick Eggleston's 13th. Theo Bain 14th, and Jack Nathan runs in 15th. 16th is Felix Harris. Arnold Columbia in 17th. 18th is Noel Stiller. 19th is Shane Green. And 20th is Noah Cars. 21st is points leader Kenny McCurry. Dougie Shears continues on. He's 22nd. Patrick Murphy 23rd. 24th is Jonathan Morris. 25th is Chad Skinner. Bill Raymond 26th. 27th, Jake Berg. 28th, Timmy Pacioli. And Sean Galligan is 29th. That's it. Those are the cars left on the racetrack. 29 cars, 29 on the lead lap. As Evan Nugent leads the way, and then you've got drivers such as Connor Breton, Tony Speed, Lisa Shears, and Devin Wilson, all of which have not been to victory lane yet this season in the Snickers Cup Series. And go back further there. Matthew Rodriguez, Jared Crocious in 6th and 7th. They haven't been to victory lane yet this season either in the Snickers Cup Series. Green flag back out on lap 14 of 24, a total of 11 laps to go. Got to be pretty impressed with Connor Breton and Tony Speed there in 2nd and 3rd. Between the two of them, they've got 3 starts. Breton making his 2nd start, Tony Speed making his debut here tonight. And there's a bit of a gap between themselves along with Evan Nugent back to Devin Wilson and Jared Crocious, Daniel Schwab, that whole battle there for 4th. And here comes Tony Speed down to the inside line. He'll take 2nd position away from Connor Breton, give Breton a introduction to the Daytona Shuffle. Can Tony Speed make a move for the lead? No, he cannot. Now he has a challenge down low from Devin Wilson. Nugent with the lead, but Devin Wilson now going to challenge for the lead and take it. Getting a shove from Jared Crocious. Here comes John Dillon. Dillon, along with Crocious, one of those drivers in that championship chase picture. Some of these drivers are not and would like to be, so they're trying to run as well as they can here at Daytona. And Devin Wilson takes the top spot in that number 23 Motorola Ford. He's got a fellow Ford coming up that inside line here. 2 fellow Fords, actually, both from Front Row Motorsports, James Bald and Nick Eggleston. I gotta say, really, that Roush Fenway Racing obviously has a good team, but Front Row Motorsports has really put up good fights this season. In all 3 of their rides, James Bald, Nick Eggleston, and Patrick Murphy have all done terrific jobs in those race cars. And here comes James Bald to the inside. Help from Felix Harris in the 35. And Bald will take the lead. And here comes Harris trying to make a move. Lisa Shears going to go even lower. Oh boy. 3 wide for the lead. Lisa Shears has help from Tony Speed. Harris has help from Theo Bain. And James Bald, Devin Wilson trying to rim ride on the high side. Inside line will prevail. And here comes Tony Speed to the inside in the 75 car. In his debut, trying to lead this race here at Daytona, but Jack Nathan has something to say about that. And Jack Nathan is now the new leader in the 16. He's actually going to be in the Snickers Cup Series chase regardless of where he is in the standings. So he's trying to go all out here. Here comes Daniel Schwab up that inside line, making it 3 wide with James McLeod and Jack Nathan, as we were mentioning. Daniel Schwab driving that number 9 for the injured Logan Wilson. He was in that ride pretty much for most of the season here, because Logan Wilson's injury came pretty early on. And now we got another 3-wide battle for the lead. It looks like Jared Crocious and Evan Nugent going to go at it. No. Instead, it's just Nugent. Crocious did not get that good a run. Here comes Arnold Columbia in the 31. 2 wins this season. And he also will be in the chase after finishing second in the NNSCRA NR 2003 contest. But his 2 wins could also be fallen back on, as he's now going to maybe look for a trifecta. 3 wins this season as he goes to the front. John Dillon there in second now. Matthew Rodriguez coming up the inside line. Look at that. Rodriguez and Eggleston and Wilson Those three were rim riding on the high side not too long ago, and James Bald on the inside line there as well. In the 38, they were rim riding about maybe 4 laps ago, way up high. Arnold Columbia leads. Matthew Rodriguez waiting for his moment, now dives to the inside line, and he will challenge for the top spot. Both Richard Petty Motorsports cars still in this. Matthew Rodriguez, Daniel Schwab, they're in this pack. Matthew Rodriguez to the front now. Devin Wilson into second. Christian James, possibly the dark horse in all this. He's got a win this season. It came at Infineon. That was his first career Snickers Cup Series victory, and he may be looking for his second here tonight. Devin Wilson now going to challenge to the inside of Matthew Rodriguez for the lead. 2 Fords battling it out here. Matter of fact, there are a lot of Fords up in this field right now. Devin Wilson, Matthew Rodriguez, James Ball, Nick Eggleston, Jack Nathan, Christian James, Connor Breton. And if that's not a lot of cars, then I don't know what are a lot of cars. John Dillon you can add to that list as well. But now T.O. Bain to the front in that 48. He's been up at the front near the end of races quite a bit lately. And also up at the front right now, we got the 20, or make that the 75 of Tony Speed in his debut here tonight at Daytona. He'll now get shuffled up to that high side as T.O. Bain continues to lead this race. James McLeod now moves into second, trying to clear Jack Nathan there, and will do so. Felix Harris now will battle Nathan for third. Daniel Schwab there as well. We've got only 3 laps to go, folks. Time is running out. The clock is winding down. The laps are ticking away. Ooh, wreck back there! John Dillon kind of shoved Jared Crocious up into Tony Speed, and the caution is waving. This is a battle to the stripe here. Will Daniel Schwab make a move? He will! Can he make it stick? Daniel Schwab to the inside. James Bald helping him. Ford's down low, ganging up on the Chevy of T.O. Bain. This may be for the win here. James Bald looks to the inside. It's Schwab. Bald. Outside line will prevail on the high side is Daniel Schwab as he leads under the caution flag, but oh man. There's Tony Speed. Oh, in his first start. Oh, and he was running so well. Jack Nathan, I believe, got some of that as well. Jared Crocious is on pit road. The guy that started that wreck is right there, John Dillon. I know he was the one that shoved, I think it was Jared Crocious up into Tony Speed or vice versa, but let's take a look and see in real time what occurred. Well, I'll tell you what, with the laps being so close to reaching 1 lap to go, it's a shame that we had to have a wreck like this happen with players that had been up at the front numerous times during the course of the day. They are 4 wide here. And really, there is enough room that I think that it could have been done, but John Dillon, off this turn, just makes the least little bit of contact with Jared Crocious. And he didn't even get forced up the racetrack with a punt from Connor Breton or something, but right there, Crocious up into Tony Speed, into Jack Nathan. I believe that's Dougie Shears back there getting involved as well. No, it isn't. That's Lisa Shears. It's hard to tell those two rides apart, but look at Jared Crocious. Barrel rolling down the back straightaway. And Crocious, Speed, Nathan, who had been up at the front numerous times during the course of this race, getting involved in this. Look at the 4 car still barrel rolling. Flipping. Barrel rolling. Not the way that Jared Crocious wanted to end this race off, as he was running in 8th at the time of this wreck. And look at this car, still flipping and barrel rolling. Oh, man. And he was one of a remote few Toyotas up there in that first group. And you see Tony Speed moving by him as well. The debut goes south in a hurry for Tony Speed, and Jared Crocious goes for a wild ride. Alright, so the white flag has been displayed to Daniel Schwab, and the lights are still on atop the pace car, almost reminiscent of what happened last night in the Mobil 1 Cup Series. Jacob Lawler utilized the caution flag to pick up his first career Mobil 1 Cup Series win. Tonight, Daniel Schwab will pick up his first career Snickers Cup Series victory, driving that number 9. And that number 9 was not originally in the name of Daniel Schwab. It was Logan Wilson who started off the season, but an injury forced him out, and Daniel Schwab took over, and he will win here tonight. Looks like James Bald will get second. Good run for him. James McLeod third, T.O. Bain fourth, and Connor Breton in his second start is going to come away with a 5th place finish. 6th looks like it'll be Arnold Columbia. Felix Harris will finish a very respectable 7th. John Dillon, who pretty much caused that last wreck to end this race under caution, will finish in 8th. 9th, Evan Nugent, and Nick Eggleston will finish today's race in 10th. Bill Raymond, in his first start, we didn't talk about him most of the time because he was involved in a wreck and early on was not completely up to full speed, but he'll finish off in his first career start in the 24th position. Tony Speed, on the other hand, in his first career start, will finish in the 29th position. So, not exactly uplifting finishing results for both those drivers, but pretty much speaking from point of view of a guy who was a rookie before, that's actually not so bad. Well, looks like 3 Fords are going to finish in the top 5. Schwab, Bald, and Breton. Toyota and Chevy of McLeod and Bain will break that up in 3rd and 4th. But Daniel Schwab is going to win it all here tonight at Daytona. He wins at Daytona in race 13 of the Snickers Cup Series. So congrats to him. And this finishes off our Daytona race weekend. We head next to Michigan, and then the chase will be set after the race at New Hampshire. We're one step closer to finding out what Season 2 chase fields will look like. And Daniel Schwab goes to victory lane for the first time in his career here in the Snickers Cup Series. You've been watching a production of the NNSCRA numbers with the NCGMRS. Here come the finishing order and the point standings heading into the next race weekend at Michigan.